As soon as we start streaming, guys, yes, we are on, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The crux of tonight is a crucial live stream. The United Kingdom is in a state of emergency. Fight, fight, fight. That's not my words, ladies and gentlemen. They are the words of Elon Musk. He posted that on his X feed like a couple of hours ago. So that is the crux of this video, ladies and gentlemen. And I need to caveat this. That's not me saying that. That's me. I don't want to get Lucy Conlid. I don't want to have SEAL Team, not even SEAL Team 6. I don't want to have UK Special Branch abseiling through my windows and arresting me because I said fight, fight, fight. What I'm saying is, I'm repeating, Elon Musk said fight, fight, fight. So, ladies and gentlemen, I need to caveat that. Listen, guys, it does turn out to be true. The rights of asylum seekers, the rights, basically, if you live in the United Kingdom right now, you are a second-class citizen. I'm not making that up, ladies and gentlemen. That's not me trying to trigger anyone. That is what the legal system in this country have decided. I've said this all along, ladies and gentlemen, okay? This is what's happening, all right? The United Kingdom will become part of the United States. And look, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to be clear with you. I welcome that. I really do. Listen, guys, listen, first question of the night. Am I a bad person because I want to go to the beach and not worry about the girls being taken? Does that make me a bad person? Am I bad? Am I a bad person because I want to go to the beach and not worry about the girls being taken? I don't know, guys. If that makes me a bad person, then I'm a bad person. Listen, guys, this is all leading to a United States takeover. It's leading to the expansion of the Anglosphere. It's ultimately going to lead to a Western exodus to Antarctica. That's where we are, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, guys, I've been talking about this for such a long time. I've been talking about this on so many different platforms. When I started talking about the US takeover of the United Kingdom, and before we get on to this, guys, all right? Hang on, Russell Pizza. Thank you for your comment, mate, but I'm just going to block you. You're getting blocked. Yeah, so he was a troll, guys. He's been jumping up. He sent me a very disrespectful text inbox message. I'm just not playing. He's gone. He's finished. He's not coming back. Go directly to jail. Do not click doing $200. Go directly to jail. Listen, guys, it's a dark day in the United Kingdom when the rights of Afghans when the rights of Afghans, when the rights of Somalians, when the rights of people who are not part of our country have greater rights than the people of our country. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this live stream, I'm going to explain how this is going to lead to a welcomed by me to a welcomed United States takeover. Before anyone says anything, yes, I understand subversion. I understand ideological subversion. I understand the cards that are being played on a deeper spectrum. But you know what, guys? I don't care. I just want to be able to take the girls onto the beach and not have to worry about them being taken. And and you know what, guys, and whatever happens to make that happen, I'm all for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about this. We are triple streaming today. We are on YouTube. We are on X. And we are on TikTok. Guys, listen, you guys on TikTok, I don't do this very often. I really don't. If you're watching on TikTok, can you please tap the screen? Because I want this to go international as quickly as possible, okay? And I know you guys do as well, because I want to reach people in America. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are on TikTok, can you please tap that screen as much as you can? I want to get up to 50,000 as quickly as possible. I don't ask you to do this very often, guys. I'm not one of these people who sits there asking for gifts, asking to tap the screen. I don't ask for anything. I tell you what's coming in the future. I do. I don't flim-flammer and regurgitate what other people are saying. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, can you guys remember when I started talking about the United Kingdom becoming the United States takeover of the United Kingdom? Can you remember how wild it was? People putting in the comments, "Oh, Sean, that's never going to happen. Oh, Sean, that's a wild one even for you. Oh, Sean, we're never going to let that happen. We've got British pride." Really? Really, guys? Is that where we're going right now when the rights of non-British Oh, by the beard of Zeus and Odin's eye. I can't even say it, guys. I cannot even say it without laughing. Guys, I can't say it without laughing. So if you live in the United Kingdom, the rights of non-British citizens are more important than yours. So that's clearly why all these girls are getting attacked, because they're second-class citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not making this up. This is not me, this is not me. Oh, is Russell Pizza still on? Hang on. I thought I blocked him. Hang on. Yeah, I think I blocked Russell Pizza. Yeah, I blocked him. I don't know why you can still see his message. Yeah, he's blocked. He's blocked. He's gone. He's finished. He's not going back. Anyway, I don't care. He sent me a very rude inbox message, and I just thought, yeah, whatever. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, the crux of this video is the United States takeover of the United Kingdom. I'm welcoming it. I'm welcoming it. I'll put it out there. I'm up for that. I would listen, ladies and gentlemen. If I had a Corth Nighthawk custom, if I was cruising with a Corth Nighthawk custom, or even a 2011, I'd even go with a 1911. I'd go with a 2011 chambered in 9. But like, if I had one of those things, no, I would feel 100% better. And this is like, can you guys remember? I've got so much information I want to get out to you guys, so I may be jumping around a little bit, guys, okay? Can you remember how I've always said this, all right? In the United Kingdom, we have no way legally to oppose the government. And people are saying, oh, but sure, we've got the legal system. Really? Really? Like, really? Do we have a legal system? Judging from what's just happened right now, do we have... I don't know, guys. I'm putting out the question. Do we have a legal system in the United Kingdom right now? Or do we have or do we not? I don't know. So in the United Kingdom, guys, we do not have a legal system. Well, sorry. In the United Kingdom, we do not have a legal framework to oppose a government. Now, I give you guys this analogy. I say, right, if the government in the UK passed the law that every firstborn child had to be given to the government and you never see it again, think what you want's happening. I'm not going to speculate. In the United Kingdom, we would have no way to say, no, we're not doing that. And the police would be obliged to make that happen. And people are saying, oh, but Sean, that's never going to happen. There'd be a revolt. Yeah, I get that, doofus. What I'm saying is that we have no legal methods to oppose the government. So right now, guys, Epping is the epicenter, guys. Literally, Epping is the epicenter, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, listen, I am going to keep asking this, and I make no apologies about it. Can you guys please keep hitting that, tapping that screen, guys? I do want to get this international as quickly as possible. We're on 14,000 now. And if you're watching on TikTok, if you're watching on YouTube later on and you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Don't worry, because all my videos now are all uploaded onto YouTube. Guys, keep whacking that screen. I want to get international as quickly as possible. So, no legal way to oppose the government. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, think about what's just happened in Epping. All right? Think about what's just happened in Epping. The courts have said, yeah, you can't have migrants in that hotel. It's illegal. And the government have said, actually, it is legal. We're gonna flim-flam and we're gonna change the laws and whatever. It is legal now. So there you have a clear direction whereby the government are superseding the will of the people. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I was pretty sure, as far as I understand, the government worked for us. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe they don't. So we don't have a constitution in the United Kingdom. When you get people and politicians and people on the news saying, oh, it's a constitutional issue. Shut up. We do not. I'll tell you what, right? If there's a subject matter expert, and I know there is, and I know there's a lot of bigger channels, and I know not a lot of news channels watch me because I've noticed what they're talking about. Guys, listen, if there's any subject matter expert on here, they can tell me what the British Constitution is. Please put it in the comments. What is the British Constitution? where can I go and read the British Constitution? Who enforces it? What precedence has there been of that constitution being set in place? We don't have a constitution, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the problem. So when I'm talking about this right now, ladies and gentlemen, the United States takeover, the United States takeover of the United Kingdom, I, for one, am welcoming it, guys. I'm welcoming it. I welcome that takeover, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, guys, if you're just joining for the first time, I'm talking about an emergency live stream right now. Fight, fight, fight. They're not my words, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to get Lucy Conlid. I don't want to have the, I don't want to have special branch sending helicopters absolutely through my windows, taking the roof off my house with a laser because I said something on YouTube or social media. That is what Elon Musk said in a post earlier on today, guys. Okay, and I'll read it for you, actually. I'll read it right now. So Elon Musk posted this like today, so at some point, or maybe yesterday, I think today. The people of the great nations of Britain and Ireland, what have I always been saying, ladies and gentlemen? It's going to be Britain and Ireland, and we're all going to become part of the United States. I welcome it. I do. I welcome it. People of the great nations of Britain and Ireland, rally now to save your beautiful countries. It's now or never. Fight, fight, fight. Soon it will be too late. And I just read that straight away, guys, from Elon Musk's post. So anybody's out there with the police and the little police watchdogs, go and arrest Elon. Because I've got no opinions on that, guys. I'm just relaying what Elon Musk said. And for those of you guys who think reform's the answer, those guys who are like, if you think right now that voting for reform is going to change anything, you're one of the 1 year behind us. I like to call them the year behind us, the people that are 1 year behind what I say. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't mean to blow my own trumpet. Didn't I just say, can you remember before, last night, somebody asked me this, and Sean, what is going to be the verdict tomorrow with the Epping hotel? Is it going to get closed down? So last night on the live stream, I said, no, it's not going to get closed down. And I gave the reasoning why that hotel is not going to get closed down. This afternoon, I did a video, I think half an hour before the verdict, and I told you guys, no, it's not going to get closed down. And lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, it did not get closed down, which confirms, ladies and gentlemen, right, just you sat there, you might be sat on the settee or wherever you're doing, just think about the words I'm saying right now, guys, and listen to the enormity, listen to the weight of the words and the things that have just happened. If you're a Somalian, if you're an Afghani, if you're an Iraqi, if you're a Nigerian, your rights are greater, as far as the British government are concerned, your rights are greater than the rights of the people in Great Britain. That's what we have just been seeing as per the mainstream media, guys. All right, I'm not making that up. I'm not sat here saying, yeah, these XYZs, they've got more rights than us. I'm not saying that anymore, guys. The legal system in the United Kingdom is confirming that. How do you feel about that, guys? How do you feel right now that if you was born in the United Kingdom, I was born in the United Kingdom, you can trace my family back to the 11th century in the United Kingdom. If you live in the United Kingdom, if you were born here, if you pay tax here, if you've worked for this country, if you just want to, like me, ladies and gentlemen, listen, guys, this is the question again. This is the question. Am I a bad person because I want to go to the beach and not worry about the girls being taken? Does that make me a bad person? Does that make me a bad? Do you worry about that? Are we all bad people? Are we all bad people because we don't want to go to the beach and think, right, okay, wow, this beach is diverse. Yeah, Where are they? Where are they? Oh, I can see them over there. How can you see them? Well, they're white and they stand out. All right, okay. Like, am I a bad person for that, guys? Am I a bad person? Ladies and gentlemen, can you keep whacking that screen if you're on TikTok? I do want to get this to an international live as quickly as possible, guys, okay? So please keep tapping that screen on TikTok. Tap it. And I have finished. We did finish Lord of the Rings last night as well, guys. We finished Lord of the Rings last night, so I may get all Gandalfian on you. I may get all Gandalfian on you. I actually looked on eBay and there's an original copy of Lord of the Rings signed by Tolkien himself. It's over 100 grand. I was looking at, we was looking at them last night. I was like, wow, what would we do if we had those books? But that's culture. That's Western culture. Like, does anybody know? Look, guys, and I don't mean any disrespect to any other cultures. Like, does anybody know of any famous books? I don't know, written by like an African or like an Iraqi or somebody from the Middle East? Like, does anybody know any works of art? Like, is there any? I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's a serious question. Like, is there any books? Anyway, guys, I did watch Lord of the Rings last night, so I may get Gandalfian on you guys. Look, ladies and gentlemen, that is the crux of what we're talking about today, ladies and gentlemen. The United Kingdom is in a state of emergency. The United States is going to take over, ladies and gentlemen. I was talking about this over a year ago. I was being scoffed at. I was being laughed at. Does it seem that unbelievable right now? I even quoted on many videos. I said, if Elon Musk jumps into this, onto this and starts saying, I will fund anyone's legal expenses that gets arrested, and I know he's not done that yet, but he has said he's going to fund some things. But can you imagine how the dynamic of the United Kingdom? Look, guys, I'm telling you things now I said over a year ago. Can you imagine if Elon comes out and he says, right, I'm going to fund anyone's legal expenses that gets arrested because they're protesting outside this hotel? Can you imagine the effect that that's going to have? Ergo, the United States take over. And guys, listen, I can't say this enough. I've got lots of friends in it. I've got a lot of American friends. I've got a lot of American friends, and they always say to me, Sean, what's happening in your country? What's happening in your country? Right. We've got Luciana Friars on here. Luciana's saying, free Palestine, you need to educate yourself, read your history. Right? Luciana's Friars, I'm going to pin you, mate, but then I'm going to mute you. Right? It ain't the time right now, mate. Send me an inbox message, and if you're smart enough, which I doubt not, if you're smart enough, right, come on the live stream. We'll have a one-to-one. If you can put a sentence together without saying in it or without looking at the Google machine, I will happily debate you in real time. But now, trust me, brother, sister, I don't even know if that's a male or female name. Maybe it's either or both. It's not the time. It really is not the time. So educate me some other time, mate. But let me let you into a little secret. I can guarantee I'm vastly more intelligent than you. Anyway, it's not the time for winding Raven up today, guys. It really is not the time for winding up Raven. Raven ain't doing no winding up today, guys. You're just going to be dispelled. You're just going to be dispelled. I mean, no disrespect. Come back. We'll do a joint live stream, and you'll kind of find out what'll happen is, this is what happens when I argue with liberals. With liberals, guys. 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, doesn't matter. Get your chat GPT, get your email, get everything, get together. I'll give you a little bit of time to respond. I'll respond in real time. What will happen is I will outsmart them. I will give them facts, figures. I will give them everything that they can't argue with. Then they will get violent. Then they'll get violent. They'll get aggressive, and that's where we go, ladies and gentlemen. If you can't stand the heat, stay in the woods. Literally, guys, don't even go near if you can't stand the heat, stay in like the countryside or something. Mind you, we can't go to the countryside anymore, can we, ladies and gentlemen? Because the countryside is racist. The countryside is racist, ladies and gentlemen. We can't go to the countryside, it's racist. Right, listen, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the crux of this video is the United Kingdom is in emergency right now. The rights of, if you're a Somalian right now in Somalia, as per the government, the government in this country, your rights trump the people of this country. If you're an Afghani, your rights, if you're an Afghani and you've got no right to be in the United Kingdom, your rights over your rights trump. I don't want to keep using that word. Your rights, supersede the rights of the people who are in this country. Does that make sense to anyone, guys? Does that make sense to anyone? I don't know. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, Elon Musk posted earlier, and I need to keep caveating this because I do not want to get Lucy Conley. I don't want like 50. Can you imagine right now, guys, if like 15 police came through the door, the roof went off, abseiling through the windows, dug under the floor, and they're coming up through the floorboards. I'm like, whoa, all I did is repeat what Elon Musk said. Elon Musk posted, the people of the great nations of Britain and Ireland, rally now. Rally now. Save your beautiful, and they are beautiful, save your beautiful countries. And I would go on further, save your beautiful culture, your beautiful culture. It's now or never. Fight, fight, fight. Soon it will be too late. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking tonight about the imminent the welcomed, as far as I'm concerned, guys, the welcomed imminent United States takeover. And then after that, we are going to have a mass exodus to Antarctica. Brick, XRP Brick, you're gone as well, mate. I'm not in the mood. Raven's not in the mood. You're just going. I'm editing myself. I'm auditing myself. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, little brick. In fact, you know what? I don't know if I can pin this because I've just blocked him. Can I pin that? Yeah, I can actually. So little brick, that's his name on TikTok, Brick, XRP. I don't know what that means. I'm just going to call him Little Brick. Little Brick's just come up and said, nothing you say comes true. You clearly don't watch my videos. Earlier on this afternoon, literally about half an hour before the decision was made, I said that there is no way that this hotel is getting closed in Epping. And then it didn't get closed. So I don't know what Little Brick's talking about. Maybe his little brick is very small and I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe his little brick's that small. He's dropped it and he can't find it. And now he's just brickless. I don't know. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm not. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to come in to get some comments. Thank you. I've only just realized we're at 58,000. Thank you so much, guys, for whacking that screen. I really do appreciate it. Apparently now we are on international live, but don't worry because we are triple streaming, guys. We're streaming on YouTube, we're streaming on X, and we are streaming on you guys on TikTok as well. So, right, guys, let me jump over and get some comments. I do apologize. I've literally just been ranting for the last 25 minutes. I'm going to jump to the bottom, guys. Hang on. The signal's going again. I always get this. I always get the signal going. Right. So hang on, guys. I want to get this. JP King. So JP King here on TikTok is saying you chat nothing but what's already on TV. That was announced on the news at 2:30. Right. JP King, good sir. Oh, hang on. Sorry, guys. That didn't. Guys, can you see JP King's chat? I don't know if I might have blocked him. So JP King on TikTok. JP King on TikTok is saying nothing you say. Sorry, you chat nothing but what's already on TV. Right, JP King. Just a quick one, mate. How many people do you know are talking talking about the United States takeover of the United Kingdom? How many people do you know are talking about Western culture, a Western exodus to Antarctica? Also, JP King, or King PJ, he's saying you chat nothing because I announced what was already on TV at 2:30. JP King, I did a video at 1:30. Go and check the timestamp, my friend. Now, JP King, you're going as well, my friend. You're going as well. You're gone, you're gone, you're gone. And JP King is gone. This is not a democracy today, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a democracy. It is a dictatorship, a raving dictatorship. The best dictatorship that you can have. Do you know why? Because everything will get done well. Everything will get done well. Everything will get done right. Everybody will be happy. We'll all be living in broad sunlit uplands. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's just get on to some of you guys' comments. Let's get on to some comments. He's the pizza guy from the other night, Sean. All right, I didn't realize. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Sean McKay is saying, I love the fact of the US takeover. Right, the chat's going crackers, guys. The chat's going crackers. Sean McKay, I think, somewhere said some. Right, guys, the chat's going bonkers at the moment. Hang on, guys. The chat's going crackers. I'm trying to scroll up because Sean McKay said something. Right, Sean McKay is saying, I love the fact of the US takeover. How come you say Antarctica? Okay, right, ladies and gentlemen, right. What we are seeing now is a global restructuring. What we are literally having a global restructuring now, guys, on the likes the world has never seen. We're seeing that what we're going to have first, we're going to have the Anglosphere. We're going to have an Anglosphere, okay? So it's going to be Britain, Ireland, America, Greenland, Canada, Israel, Australia, New Zealand, Taiwan, and I think Japan as well. And I know Japan's not really in the Anglosphere, but I think they're going to be in. So you're going to have like that as like a working nation, and then you're going to have everywhere else. Sean McKay he's asking about Antarctica. Look, guys, I give everyone my own. I give you guys my own work. I don't copy other people. I don't look. Oh, this is trending today. I'm going to talk about it. No, I talk about it, what I see coming. So Antarctica, ladies and gentlemen, everything that's happening right now is all about Antarctica. All right. The resources down there are beyond anything that the world has ever seen. I'm talking about natural resources now, guys. Oil, minerals, steel, copper, all the sort of stuff that you need, all the sort of stuff that you need to build a civilization. So what I believe will happen, and yes, of course, there will be some outliers. What I believe is going to happen, there is going to be a mass exodus to Antarctica. People are going to go down there. We're all going to go down there with Western culture, with our technology, with our military. And you know what? We're going to say to everyone else, right, lads, you guys, you woke, all you diverse guys, you got it. You got it. You got the world. You got the world. It's in the palm of your hands. Do what you want with it. We're going to go down to Antarctica with all our intelligence, all our technology. Oh, hang on. James Frost. No, you are not. And James Frost's going as well. James Frost's going. James Frost's saying he's paying 5,000 to the person. He's not. He's not. He's not. I can guarantee you you're not, James. But James has gone as well. Right. Let me just have a look up through the chat, guys, and get rid of anyone. Get rid of anyone who's trying to. Anyone today. Right. Fiona is saying, have you noticed the 20 mile an hour zones going up everywhere? Is it to bring in the 15-minute cities? Do you know what, Fiona? I've actually not noticed that. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm just saying I've not noticed it. But if it is happening, it could certainly be the the prelims to that. Right, sorry guys, I'm just going up through the chat. Snowdrops is saying, keep them blocks for good, Sean. I don't mind people calling me out and trying to argue with me. I get it. I get it. They're probably angry at their own lives because they've not achieved anything, and they're looking for some sort of unity with something that's not relevant. These people are useful idiots, and everybody else is using them. So you know what? I'm going to use them just for my own amusement. Shane Poskett is saying protests at Epping tonight. Yeah, there will be a lot of protests at Epping tonight, guys. Look, it's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. If you live in the United Kingdom, you are officially a second-class citizen. Like, you know, when you walk down the streets and there's like, when you walk down the streets now and there's like an Afghan walking towards you, move over, because they are by de facto more important than you. That's the reality, you know. And all this stuff, guys, it is leading to a United States takeover of the United Kingdom. Really, it is, guys. I've been talking about this for about a year. I've been talking about this for about a year, you know, and you can see it now. You can see it now with your own eyes. You can see the direction of travel. You can see what is happening. I'm just going. Kevin is saying, you said there would be vandalism on an RAF base, RAF planes. You literally said it. A few days later, it happened. Yeah, I got a lot of throwback off that as well. Can you remember when I said I think there's gonna be an attack on a military base, and everybody was saying like, all the military bases have got armed guards. I was like, yeah, obviously you don't know how seconds, minutes, and hours work, you know. And it is what it is, guys. Right, I'm gonna jump over to YouTube, guys. Lots of comments on YouTube. I'm going to go from the bottom and I'm going to work my way up. Lone Wolf Prepper is saying, English and proud. Well done. And I will defend my castle. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, the Cross of St. George terrifies people. Be under no illusion how terrifying the Cross of St. George is. I mean, if you're English, it's not terrifying. And look, I welcome putting up the Cross of St. George everywhere to keep people in check. But the Cross of St. George, it's absolutely terrifying. Because what that symbolizes to fight against overwhelming odds and to never surrender. That is literally what the Cross of St. George represents. John Giles is saying, just English are going nowhere. No, I'm not. So I look, guys, if there is a US takeover, people in the UK will still have our culture. We'll still have, you know, pubs. Nothing will change. Only we might get the, you know, the things that you call like nines, or like I like to say, you know, a Nighthawk custom, a Corth Nighthawk custom, you know, we'll just have to pay in dollars. And I don't think that is a bad thing. Lone Wolf Prepper is saying, hit the like button, guys. Thank you, Lone Wolf Prepper. Silly Gallardi is saying, please don't leave England. Such a rich heritage. There is a saying in Hebrew, a nation that doesn't respect its past will have a dull present and an uncertain future. Hope you will fight for it. What I think is going to happen, honestly, guys, what I think is going to happen in the medium term, United States takeover. In fact, guys, listen. If you're on right now, how does the United States takeover of the United Kingdom feel? Like, how does that feel? Like, how does it sound? Like, how does it sound? Like, I mean, let's just think about this real quick, right? So the United States come over, big DJT comes over, you know, he's taken control of the police force, he's militarized the streets, and we're going through a transition period. And you see the military empowered to close these hotels down. You see, like, I don't know, you see Epping Hotel encircled by military. Then you see all those people gone. How would that make you feel? And then they're like, oh, right, okay, so they've cleared Essex out. Right, they're going to this hotel next, then this hotel. And over the space of about a year, everyone's cleared out. Like, would you feel Like, would you be happy with that? Or would you think, no, I want the rights of those people in those hotels to be above me. I want to respect them more than I'm happy with my things happening, my children being scared. I don't know, guys. I don't know. And look, guys, I need to be quite clear because I'm just looking at the headline, what's it called? The subject of my YouTube video. I put UK emergency, fight, US takeover coming. It kind of sounds like I'm fighting the US takeover, which I'm not. And look, guys, I totally understand subversion. I do. I totally understand subversion. But ultimately, I don't care. All I want to do is go to the beach. Tell me if I'm a bad person. All I want to do is go to the beach and not be worried about the girls being taken. Is that bad? Is that bad? Am I a bad dad? Am I a bad dad? Should I have to wait? Should I have to take them to the beach and then let them get taken and then find out, oh, yeah, this has happened to them? Oh, but at least I was woke. At least I gave them a chance. It'll not happen again. Oh, it's happened again. Oh, right, yeah. Well, they've been kicked. Yeah. Have you seen the video? Oh, stop raving. Stop raving. You're triggering yourself. Right, guys, I'm going to play you now a 50-second video, okay? I'm going to play. Sorry, guys. I've done this all the wrong way around, okay, guys? I'm going to play you now the court ruling with regards to the Bell Hotel. Now, one of the, like, guys, listen, like, you know, we all want to be, you know, we all, yeehaw, you know, one of the main reasons that I welcome a US takeover is because here in the United Kingdom, you know, we don't have any legal framework to oppose the government. We don't, nothing. And people say, you know, oh, yeah, it's a constitutional issue. The next time I hear someone say it's a right, in fact, you know what? Stop. The next time you hear someone say it's a constitutional issue, you know that that person is full of shit. Absolute shit, guys. They are full of shit. Do you know why they're full of? Because I see politicians saying it all the time. You know, they're on Sky News. Yes, well, the United Kingdom wouldn't be able to do that because it would be a constitutional issue. He's full of shit. He's like, his intelligence is lower than a rotten coconut. His cognitive skills. I was gonna insult Stephen Hawkins then. His cognitive skills are that of a dead moth. Yeah, he's got the cognitive skills of a dead moth, or she. So the next time a politician says it's a constitutional issue, we do not have a constitution in the United Kingdom. We don't. Where is it? Where can I go and read it? Where can I go and read it? Can I read it? Who signed it? When was it put into law? We do not have a constitution in the United Kingdom. And because we don't have a constitution in the United Kingdom, we don't have any rights. And what we've just seen regarding the Bell Hotel in Epping is a perfect example of how we have no legal way to respond to the government if they do something we don't like. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the government work for us. So I'm going to play this, guys, and this is the court ruling, okay, guys? So this is the court ruling. So let's see what he says.
Decision on the Home Secretary's appeal relating to Joinder as an intervener.
And just look at him. Listen to his voice. I mean, listen to his voice. I know he goes and worships Baphomet when he goes home.
The Council's application. The Court of Appeal grants the Home Secretary's application for permission to appeal against the decision dismissing her application for party status and further grant.
Right, somebody called Last Hope is trying to join my live stream. Last Hope, can you send me a message, mate? Can you please send me a message? Can you send me a message? Ask me what you want to talk about, and we'll identify a time and a place. I've done it before, mate, when people come on, it's just a nightmare. So, yes, Last Hope, if you send me a message and we talk about what we're going to, and we discuss what we talk about, I have no issues with you coming on, but I can't let you on now, mate. Sorry.
The Home Secretary intervenor status in the litigation between the Council and Simon. The Home Secretary has clear statutory duties towards asylum seekers in this country.
Just wait for this, guys. Wait for this.
Under the Immigration and Asylum Act 1999. These include
Tony Blair.
The duty to provide support to them and their dependents, and to prevent destitution among this.
Right, hang on, guys. Right, Lynn Scott is saying, oh, shut the F up. Of course we have a constitution. The English constitution. Lynn, with respect, Lynn, don't write things in capitals when you're so wrong. Tell me where can I read it? Lynn, I mean, no disrespect. Please don't put it in capitals because that'll just wind me up. Do you know what? If you want to put it in capitals, you want to throw down the smoky gun wagon with Raven, Lynn, I can guarantee with 100% certainty I'm smarter than you. I'm smarter than you. I know for a fact. For one, I don't have a picture of a dog as my profile picture. That's fine, Lynn. Lynn Scott is saying, oh my God, shut the fuck up. Of course we have a constitution. The English constitution. Wow, Lynn, are you sure your middle name isn't Karen? Lynn, with respect, with all due respect, where can I read that? Where can I read it? Where is it in law? Who enforces it? Where are we taught this? Have you just written it on the back of a cigarette packets? Guys, we don't, right, let me get this up. Right, okay. People are saying that we have the English constitution. And it's okay, so I'm just going here, guys, right? Okay, right. I'm not even going to waste my time. I'm not even going to waste my time, guys. There is no, right, guys. I'm not going to go down that. The English, there is no constitution. The English do not have a constitution. Stop. It's not a thing. Please, somebody tell me where I can read it. When was it written? When was it like brought into British law? Please, can somebody tell me where I can read the English Constitution? There is no such document. None. There's the Magna Carta. But that doesn't, I mean, the wording in the Magna Carta is so ridiculous, it makes no sense. People will talk about Article 61 in the Magna. Oh, Raven doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh, Raven's also talking about Article 61 of the Magna Carta that states 25 barons of the United Kingdom can overthrow a decision by the king. Yeah, okay. Trust me, Nugget. That was never passed into law. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, I know what I'm talking about. Right, okay, right, Lynn Scott, with respect, okay, right, Lynn Scott, where can I read the, okay, where, okay, right. Right, okay, right, Lynn, where can I read the document that is the English Constitution, the British Constitution? Where can I read this? Where can I read the official contract between the government and the people? Where can I read that? There isn't a document, Lynn. I mean, no disrespect, Lynn, and I don't want to dwell on this, Lynn. What you're talking about is a series of documents, that can and clearly have been manipulated to suit whoever's in power. So, Lynn, I kind of get where you're coming from. People do talk about constitutional rights, but there is no one bill. There is no one document that says, that says the government will not go against the will of the people. There's no document that says that. And if there is, please tell me where I can read it, please. Until you do that, I'm not gonna block you, Lynn. I'm just gonna say you're wrong. Jay Pucci is saying, I've sent it you, Sean, from Google. It's not, there's no such document, guys. Listen, I don't need to, right. I'm going to go back onto the internet, right. I know the answer. Is there an English constitution? This is as far as I'm going, guys. Right. Right. So here's the thing, guys, right? I'm not going to go into this anymore. Because it's a legal issue and it gets very didactic and it's boring, all right? So I've just asked, is there an English constitution or British? No, there isn't a single constitution. So first of all, that's your first answer. No, there isn't. In the way that many other countries have a written document outlining their fundamental laws. Instead, here's where people are getting confused. Instead, the UK's constitution is a combination of various sources, including Acts of Parliament, common law, conventions, treaties, and is often referred to as an uncodified or, thickos, unwritten constitution, all right? I don't need people jumping up trying to tell me that I know what I'm talking about. Trust me, everybody who's just said, right, everybody who's just tried to outsmart me, hang your head, like, honestly, guys, like, you can't do it. So Lynn, I love Lynn. She's fantastic. She's got a beautiful dog as a profile picture. You woke up this morning, you Googled something, you caught me on the cuff, you tried to outsmart me. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, like I said at the beginning of this live stream, all right? I'm vastly more intelligent, on an order of magnitude clearly more than Lynn, all right? I am. I'm vastly more intelligent, all right? Right? So here's the thing. Lynn is saying, and I mean no disrespect to Lynn, because it's a common mistake, guys. It's a common mistake. But when I say something, just accept it. Don't try and challenge me. You just make a fool of yourself, all right? When I say something, just accept it, guys, okay? Okay, Ben Blue, you're so full of yourself and patronizing. Yeah, I'm vastly more intelligent than you. Bye-bye. Ben's gone. So the question, people are saying, yes, there is a British constitution. And she even said it like, let me get this back up. I want to get this back up, guys. I want to get this back up. Because it was like, when somebody says something, she even swore at me. This is what's wound me up. She was so flashy with her messages. Young Lynn. Young Padawan Lynn. Young Padawan Lynn, you will learn the ways of the dark of the force, not the dark side. Right, okay, so here she is, look, Lynn, bless her. Oh, Lynn, I love Lynn. So I was talking about, I've pinned it on TikTok, guys. So I was talking about here in the United Kingdom, we do not, and I'm right, I am, trust me, I'm right. Do you know how I know I'm right? Because I said it. So Lynn is saying, Lynn Scott, bless her, with a picture of her, I don't know what dog it is, but anyway, she got a picture of a dog as a profile picture. She's saying, oh my God, shut the F up. Of course we have a constitution. In capital letters, I can see Lynn, she's got like a blonde bob and her head's bobbling. Oh my God, shut the F up. Of course we have a constitution. The English constitution, if you're serious. No, Lynn, you've just made yourself into a fool. All that effort you went with capital letters and you just made yourself a fool. Is there an English or British constitution? No, there isn't a single codified English or British constitution in the way that many other countries have a written document outlining the fundamental laws. Instead, and this is where people get confused, like Lynn, she got confused. The UK's constitution is a combination of various sources, including Acts of Parliament, common law, convention, treaties, and is often referred to as the uncodified, or, like I said in the very first instance, the unwritten constitution. Lynn Scott. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's not worry about Lynn Scott. I'm always right. Just listen to me. You won't go wrong. I'm not going to block her, guys. I mean, she genuinely believes that. It's not. Lynn genuinely believes that, and it is a common mistake. It is a common mistake. She was just a little bit rude in the way she came out about it. She was just a little bit rude the way she came out. If she'd have said, Sean, are you sure there's not an English constitution? Because I've seen X, Y, and Z. All right, that'd be fine. But no, we don't have a constitution in the UK. And that is why I welcome a US takeover of a United States takeover of the United Kingdom. Because then we would have it written in law what the government is and is not allowed to do. Because right now we don't have that. Like, you know, and because there's so many, like we says, you know, there's various sources that contribute to a British constitution. And again, this is boring shit, guys. Sorry. I do apologize for swearing. This is boring, all right? It's boring legal stuff. And, you know, as we've seen in Epping, the legal, well, let's go back to Epping, guys. Sorry, let's go back to Epping.
The Court of Appeal's decision on the Home Secretary's appeal relating to joinder as an intervener to the Council's application. The Court of Appeal granted.
So Sean McKay is saying, would the US laws come into play for us to protect ourselves against certain people? Yes, absolutely they would. Again, another massive reason why I am welcoming a US takeover of the United Kingdom. I am, guys. I'm welcoming it. What else have we got? Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to have a look at Epping now. Nigel Farage. So Nigel Farage here has said, the government has used the ECHR against the people of Epping. Illegal migrants have more rights than British people under Starmer. So there we have it, guys. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to keep repeating this. If you live in the United Kingdom, hang on. If you live in the United Kingdom right now and somebody called Mohammed in Somalia, he has more rights than you. That's the reality. As far as this government is concerned, Mohammed in Somalia has more rights than you. That is the reality, guys. You know, and it's not me being jumping to conclusions. That is literally what the courts have agreed in the United Kingdom. It's unbelievable, guys. You know, I do genuinely see a US takeover coming of the United Kingdom, and I do welcome that. Oh, hang on, guys. 44 seconds ago, there's fighting broken out in Epping. Right, guys, just a quick update. I'm looking at fighting on the streets of Epping. Just give me a second. It always cuts me off. It always cuts me off when I'm doing something. Whenever I'm sharing something like that, it always cuts me off. It really does. It always cuts me off. It's very peculiar. Right, hang on, guys. Let me get some questions. Sid Adams is saying, stop spreading lies. You're out of your depth. Sid Adams, I was swimming in the across the Pacific, all right? And I wasn't even close to my depth. Do you know what? I could probably be swimming in the oceans of Enceladus, and I wouldn't even be remotely close to my depth. I don't even have a depth. A depth has a raven. When you look at a depthometer, it says, no, we're not near Raven yet. Anyway, Sid, good effort. You're gone. Shelley, Chelli, is saying, it's getting so scary. It is, guys, it is. Jay Poochie saying, everyone should strike. Why pay taxes as a second-class citizen? Do you know what, Jay Poochie? I've just thought of that. Yeah, you're a second-class citizen, but you're paying first-class tax. Yeah. We want our users saying we want our country back. Enough is enough. Scottish Sonia is saying, yes, it's the arms law that scares me. You see, it doesn't for me. Like, honestly, Scottish Sonia, like right now, only criminals can have those things. Like what we're talking about there, the stuff that everybody's scared of, like only criminals are allowed them at the moment in the United Kingdom. And if you're a law-abiding citizen like I am, like you have no way to defend yourselves. Let me just give you a quick let me just tell you what happens in Texas. I've got lots of friends in Texas. I may actually go out there. It would be October if I went out there. But I've got lots of friends in Texas. And what they tell me is, Sean, we have got that many guns in Texas. Nobody robs anywhere because everybody, like people just shoot them. So like you can imagine in the UK, you've got armed robbers. The armed robber knows that nobody's going to attack them because they're the ones with the things. So nobody can attack them. In Texas, you go and try and rob a liquor store, you might get, some dad who's concealed carrying will probably just draw down on you and take you to the candy shop. So, and again, guys, I am biased. I've been a tactical firearms instructor probably most of my living of my adult life. So I'm not really scared of those things. I welcome them. Trisha is saying we want our country back as well. Right, guys, there are so many questions here. So many questions. Yeah, done that one. Right, I'm going to jump down because there's quite a lot of questions. Sean McKay is saying tax wages, tax food, we buy with wages, tax fuel, we buy tax car, it's just tax, guys. It's unbelievable, guys. Taxing everything. Jackie Holmes is saying you don't mess with the rednecks. Do you know what, Jackie? Listen, guys, I've said this on many live streams. If we had different laws in the United Kingdom, I would be that guy who lives in the woods, probably on my own when the kids have left school. Right? I'd live in the woods. I would have far too many of those long things made of metal that stuff comes out at the end. Far too many of those. I would be that weird guy who just lives in the woods, like, buying those all the time. Lulu is saying, yes, Lulu. So I'm just pinning this comment, guys. So Lulu is saying, did you say you would welcome an American takeover? Lulu, 100%. I would welcome a US takeover. I really would. Not only would I welcome it, and I would encourage it, and I would do honestly, guys. Lulu, yes. Sorry, not Lulu. Amy Lou. Sorry, I got your name wrong. Amy Lou. Sorry, I do apologize. Amy Lou is saying, did you say you would welcome an American takeover? Absolutely. I would 100% support a US takeover. It's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. It's an inevitability. And the main reason I would support a US takeover is because, counter to what some people are trying to argue with me, we do not have a constitution in the United Kingdom. We don't have a document that says, that's heavily defended, and rightly so. And listen, guys, if there's anyone watching from America, this is why your constitution is so important. It's so important. It's so important that you guys keep to your constitution. Don't let anyone even encroach on your constitution. Because what's happened in the United Kingdom right now would be it's a basic attack on, if we had a constitution, that is what it would result. That is what it would result in. Sorry, guys. Right, I'm just jumping to I'm going to jump over to TikTok, YouTube, guys. So Nick Knack is saying, I would love to be a part of our American brothers and sisters. And then Audrey Thomas is agreeing with her. Look, guys, just like, can I just ask you a real quick question? I don't know if anybody can remember last year when I was talking about this. You know, last year when I was downstairs and I did a video and I said, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm seeing a path laid out in front of us where the United Kingdom becomes part of the United States. Do you remember when I said that? Remember when I said that? What did you think? Be honest. Did you think it was likely or unlikely? And now, what do you think now? Do you think it's more like, what do you think now? What do you think now? And again, look, guys, I've got to be clear. This is all part of subversion. It's all part of ideological subversion. It's all part of a bigger game, a bigger plan. But ultimately, you know, I just want to go to the beach with the girls and not worry about them getting taken. And if that makes me a bad person, so be it. Jane Taylor is saying, but would that be another cult? No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't be another culture shock. There'd be no difference. Like 95% of people wouldn't notice. 95% of people would not notice. I mean, Texas, California, Florida, like all the different states have their own different laws, their own different legislations, you know, their own different identity. Britain would be no different. We'd still have our own identity. We'd still have our own culture. We'd just pay for things in dollars. And you know what, guys? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not handing over money that's got the king's head on it. I am. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I am. I'm okay. But when I pay for something with a card, I'm okay. I am, guys. I'm okay with that coming out of my dollar account. I am, because I get paid in dollars. And you know what? You know what I'm doing maths? An English pound is the same calculations as a US dollar. You know, so yeah, there's a good question over here. Hang on, give me a second. What's the bigger picture, Sean? So the bigger picture is for an Anglosphere. It's for an Anglosphere, which will involve, which will be Britain, England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales, Ireland in its entirety, Greenland, America, Canada, Israel, Australia, New Zealand, and I'm going to say Taiwan and Japan. That's going to be one global block, and everyone else is going to be like, you know, a different block. The main competitive block will be China, Russia, and Europe. That'll be the main competing block. Yeah, Europe's going to fall, guys. In my analysis right now, guys, I'm not seeing a NATO win. I'm seeing a NATO L. So that's the bigger picture. After that, there's going to be a mass exodus to Antarctica. I've spoke about that quite a lot, but you know, that's quite a while away. Lone Wolf Prepper over on YouTube. In fact, I need to jump over actually in a minute, guys. Listen, ladies, we're almost at 100,000. We're at 100,000. Well done, guys, for tapping the screen. Thank you so much. Listen, guys, I don't ask for like people to tap the screen very often, but I wanted to get this live stream on TikTok to get out to as many international viewers as possible. Now, I'm just going to give you the crux of this, and I'm going to jump over to YouTube. So the crux of this video was the United Kingdom is in an emergency. Fight, fight, fight. They're not my words, ladies and gentlemen. They are the words of Elon Musk, who posted on his X account, people of the great nations of Britain and Ireland, rally now to save your beautiful countries. I'm going to add, and culture. It's now or never. Fight, fight, fight. Soon it will be too late. So we've spoke about this, guys. That's what I'm leading with today. And again, you know, I need to let you guys know, I would welcome, me personally, I would welcome a US takeover of the United Kingdom. I don't see anything negative about that, guys. I really don't. I don't see anything negative coming of that. I just see positivity. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to jump over to YouTube. If you've not done so already, can you hit those buttons on TikTok before I go? Can you hit the follow button? Can you hit the follow button, please, guys? I'm going to jump over to YouTube, and I will see you guys. I think I will see you guys in the morning. I'm going to jump over to YouTube and X. I'll just be streaming on YouTube and X for a little bit afterwards, guys. And I will be we'll be talking about what's happening on the ground in Epping. We'll be looking at open source social media, seeing what we can see, what analysis we can make of that. But ladies and gentlemen, be under no illusion, as per the British legal system right now, if you are a British citizen, oh, hang on a minute, guys, hang on a minute. Right, now a guy called Nine Lives has just come up, and he said, we don't want to become like America. World's biggest economy, world's biggest air force, world's second biggest air force, best healthcare service in the world. I don't know. Tell me. I'm not going to get into this. Listen, Nine Lives. I'd love to make you feel silly, and I mean no disrespect by that. But look, Nine Lives. You've got to understand something. I am vastly more intelligent than you. I am. You know, I don't even know who you are, but I do know that I'm vastly more intelligent than you. So yeah, I'm not going to waste my time arguing. I'm going to jump over to YouTube. If you've got YouTube, go and argue with me on YouTube, okay? I'm the Real Raven 1 on YouTube. I'm the Real Raven 1 on X. I'm closing this down now on TikTok, and I will see you guys on TikTok in the morning. Maybe. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are exclusively streaming on YouTube and X. Good question. Positive programming for my brother saying, what are my timings for this happening? So so this ties in on a bigger picture to the war in Ukraine. It does. It all ties into the war in Ukraine. What I think, and again, look, I've got friends who live in Ukraine. I go out to Ukraine as much as I can. I've not been out there for a while. I'm planning a trip pretty soon, actually. What I think is going to happen is the war in Ukraine is going to be an L for Europe. It's going to be a massive loss for Europe. Now, the European project. See, I like Europe. I do. I like different European culture. I do. You know, when you go to a European country and you're like, wow, this is just beautiful. This is just absolutely beautiful. The hills, the countryside, the buildings, the architecture, the food, it's all got its own identity. Unfortunately, I don't think the Europeans can come together and unite. Right now, anyway, right now. This is what I'm seeing right now. So this is what, as I'm answering this question, this is what I'm seeing, all right? So it's not it's not inevitable. I'm just saying right now, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the Russians pushing through Ukraine, pushing through Poland, the Europeans not being able to unite, the Russians pushing all the way through Europe, Britain, everybody giving a good fight. It's going to be a long slog. And I think round about 2030, this is, you know, round about 2030, you know, they're going to be at not at the shores, in Calais. At that point, the United Kingdom will be absolutely torn apart with what we're seeing now. You can imagine like another, like what, four and a bit more years of that. It's going to be unbelievable. So that's where I'm seeing this happen. Round about 2030, Donald Trump, sail it all. Who, maybe it's Trump, maybe it's not. I'm not counting anything out. somebody sailing over saying, right, we're going to give you guys some, we're going to give you guys democracy, or we might vote for it. There might be a referendum. Farage might get involved. I don't know. But I see 2030 for a US takeover. And you're kind of seeing the seeds being planted now. Antarctica, that's not going to come. That's not going to happen until there's an exploration embargo that's been signed by all countries to Antarctica, and that gets lifted in 2048. So I'm not seeing the mass exodus to Antarctica until like 2050. Jackie Holmes is saying fasting does the soul good. Yes, it does, Jackie. Fasting is fantastic. I love fasting. I try to fast every Friday. I don't always manage to do it. After you've had a fast, you wake up the next morning and you just feel so clean. Lord of Langwitz is saying, and I agree, Europe has been lazy with defense since the 60s. Germany is just waking up after World War II and will need Germany. Yeah, I just think I don't think they're going to be able to wake up quick enough. The Europeans need standardization of kit and equipment. They need standardization of weapons and munitions. They need masses of interoperability. So if you think about like the Europeans, you've got different tanks that don't operate with other tanks. You've got different trucks that wheels from this truck won't fit onto this wheel, and it all adds problems. They need to massively standardize. Sean, is that how I'm saying? I have young children like most of us. I'm hoping I'm here to protect in years to come. Well, hopefully, if the US come over, we'll all have some constitutional rights and we will know what we are and are not allowed to do. Right, ladies and gentlemen, guys, listen, I've been on for quite a while. I am going to close this down now. Just remember, the crux of this live stream is UK is in an emergency right now. There's no way around it. All right, guys. Fight, fight, fight is what Elon Musk has been telling people of the United Kingdom. This ground zero in Epping is going to be, whatever happens in Epping will be replicated all over the country, guys. It will. The government are now saying, and I'm not making this up, the government in the United Kingdom are now saying that the rights of Somalians and Afghans who have no claim to the United Kingdom, their rights supersede the rights of these people, of the people in this country. Couldn't make it up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not making it up. I wish I was. Do you know what, guys? I don't wish I was. I wish I was talking about space exploration and traveling to the cosmos and all that kind of stuff, but we're not. We're talking about the imminency of civil conflict in the United Kingdom. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I will, in fact, Silicoladi is saying the British government just banned Israel in participating in the next weapons expo. Is that DSEI? That's DSEI in September. Don't worry, nothing happens at those arms. Like, nothing happens. No sales are made. People just go there, they get drunk, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to close this one down now. I'll be back on in the morning. Guys, we are not living in normal times. I'll see you in the morning.